We're making genuine progress here. This is great news.
If you're enjoying this content, please hit that like and subscribe button. We need you here.
What an amazing week it's been so far. It's so much fun to watch David Zaslav, the CEO of the new company, Warner Discovery, actually take an axe to some of this terrible stuff that Warner Brothers had lined up, this poison, awful ideas, and really begin to make a change, to clarify the purpose of Warner Brothers and specifically DC Comics, the DCEU going forwards. You're listening to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I am Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a 29-year veteran of the comic book industry. 20 of those years were spent at DC Comics. And so, again, this stuff is of special interest to me. I like to see them succeed a lot more than I have enjoyed watching them fail. Failing is funny. It's funny up to a certain point. But they were about ready to hit the ground, and I don't really want to see DC Comics become incapacitated by their own stupidity. So I'm really, really happy about David Zaslav and some of these choices that are being made. Before we get into this video, if you would be so kind, if you're new around here, please do hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We're still shadow banned by YouTube, hidden in the algorithm from unsubscribed viewers, so your subscribing to this channel is really going to help push us forward, and we've got great content for you, daily content about what's going on in this kind of world, this kind of nuttiness, pop culture, every single day. Those of you who are regulars, please do what you always do, which is to kindly hit the thumbs up, comment, leave comments, share this video. Always comment. I read all of your comments, especially when you say, Ethan's not going to read this comment, and then you see that I've hit like on it. Of course I read the comments, guys. Okay, here's the situation. In case you don't know, David Zaslav canceled the Batgirl movie, the woke, I guess it was going to be a woke Batgirl movie. Batgirl, of course, was being race swapped as usual. This is the new trend, this new illness, mental illness that's going on in comic book related movies. And it seems like not really spoken about as much because I don't think the project was near completion. I mean, Batgirl was almost finished, okay? I mean, it was needed a few effects added. Axing a project like that at that point in its development was pretty shocking to everybody. And you'll notice that you're going to see only positive statements coming out from the people involved with Batgirl. That is because one thing that I will tell you about Warner Brothers is that when they do something like this that's unfair, when they have to take a step like this, they do pay you off big time. I've known of people who have been axed or fired for reasons that are kind of embarrassing, and Warner Brothers DC does actually give them big payoffs. Not going to name any names, but I have seen it happen to a few peers and a few friends, and so this doesn't surprise me. They're basically going to be telling everybody involved with Batgirl, shush, only say nice things. We'll take care of you. We're gonna cut you a big check. After all, we just did, by canceling your project, we just saved this company upwards of $100 million in expenses to promote it, as well as we anticipate it would have been a huge loss. $200 million versus whatever we would have taken back in versus against the HBO Max release of this mid-list movie that was getting terrible reviews from early movie screeners. Having said that, the Flash movie, of which this would have been a spin-off, Ezra Miller's Flash movie, from what I'm hearing, it does not suffer the same problems. It's not in the same situation. It's not in the same boat. And even though Ezra Miller is insane, in my opinion, and is causing the movie to be looked at in a funny way, apparently, like, everybody likes the movie that's seen it. They think it's a really good movie. Rumor is Christopher Reeve is in it somehow. Also, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. These are pretty neat little nuggets hidden within this film. So the Flash movie for now is going to go forward. The idea was initially that Henry Cavill's Superman is gone. The initial plan was to, it's so awful, J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates they were going to introduce black Superman. Of course they were. Superman was going to be made, he's going to be black. They were going to use Val Zod, that version of Superman, for a Man of Steel show or movie for HBO Max. Sounds like that's been quietly canceled, as well as this right here. This was also, the idea was also, let's let's take the white male version of Superman, get rid of him, and then replace him in two different ways, which is what we always do. We replace him with a female, or we replace him with a person of color who will come there and take their place, a marginalized person. And they've done that twice here. They did it both ways. They did it with Black Superman, and then also Supergirl, who doesn't really resemble any version of Supergirl that I've ever seen. But whatever. Who knows? Who knows why they're doing? I don't understand some of the choices that they're making. To me, I just go, how did this one even if you're going to just do Supergirl and she's going to be a brunette or whatever it is, like, how did this person get the role? Not particularly buff, not like you would think they would have a very fit, athletic, tall, statuesque individual play Supergirl. No, not at all. Just some rando, and it is peculiar. It's the same questions I have about Ezra Miller. I don't want to know the answers to. How did Ezra Miller become the Flash? He doesn't resemble Wally, Barry. He doesn't look like Jay Garrick. He looks like no version of the Flash that I've ever seen. And yet, here we are. So, in case you had any questions, Supergirl movie, they were going to have Sasha Calle. Is that how to pronounce her name? Calle. She was going to play Supergirl in a movie that was going to come out of The Flash. And now it's not suddenly canceled. This is great news. That's awesome. Warner Brothers Supergirl movie starring Sasha Calle may not have a bright future ahead of it. It never did. And even if it came out, it would still be absolutely awful. On the heel of Batgirl's abrupt cancellation, insiders believe that other movies planned to exist within the DC extended universe, including Supergirl, will likely not move forward into full production, as reported by Rolling Stone. The film, which is at the time of the writing still planned as a spin-off of The Flash, doesn't have any solid details beyond the fact that Calle was set to play, I hope I'm not pronouncing that right, I know it, set to play the Cape superhero. Currently unknown whether her version is Kara Zor-El or a new interpretation of the character. It really doesn't matter. Flash's teaser trailer confirmed that Supergirl was planned to appear, but in what capacity is still unknown. Due to the film's emphasis on the multiverse, many fans suspected that she would take the place of Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. Yes, after Barry Allen alters the timeline of the DCEU. Neither Warner Brothers nor DC has addressed these rumors. You're not going to hear much from DC or Warner Brothers right now because they are in a state of flux, and therefore they don't know anything right now. They have no idea what's going on. They don't know what David Zaslav is going to do, and it's great. Batgirl's abrupt termination has sent ripples across the DC fandom, with many enthusiasts beginning to question which productions are still safe. I would say none of them, except for The Flash, which unfortunately is still moving forward. It's going to move forward without Ezra Miller promoting it. I promise you that. Some people think that that's going to be a problem, but others, are just like, look, Incredible Hulk went forward. Kick-Ass went forward without, the main star promoting it, on the road. That it's been done, and it's been done successfully. So don't worry, we'll just mothball Ezra Miller, and we'll just have everybody else go out on the road to promote the movie. Seems like a good idea. Warner Brothers has stated it's in the process of restructuring its approach to the DCEU and its general output on HBO Max. In case you don't know, David Zaslav views HBO Max, which was Jason Killar's baby. His whole thing was, let's release $70 million movies exclusively to HBO Max, to streaming. Streaming is the future. And for a while it seemed that way. During COVID, it seemed like things might shift in that direction. It kind of made sense. But then Top Gun Maverick happened, and basically everybody said, what are we doing? Why are we screwing around? Let's get big movies back in the theaters again. People want to go to movie theaters. And I hate to say, that kind of makes sense to me. I didn't enjoy watching any of these movies on streaming first. I was happy to see Many Saints of Newark streaming. I didn't have to go anywhere. I was looking forward to seeing that as a Sopranos fan. But everything else just seems small. Watching Godzilla versus King Kong on TV before it was in the theater was not a good experience, and not just because that movie was terrible. It just wasn't fun. So yeah, putting these movies into theaters first just seems like, yeah, let's go back to basics. And of course, yeah, the movie gets its prestige in the theater and then winds up on HBO Max. That's Zaslav's concept going forward, and I think it's smart. Sometimes the old ways are best. All right, a process that required certain films to be canceled despite their near complete production. While the fate of such films such as Black Canary and Blue Beetle remain, I'm sure they're canceled. Woo! Black Canary sounds horrible. I saw some of Blue Beetle. I saw some images from Blue Beetle. I'm sure that you did too. And it's not the classic Blue Beetle. It's the new Blue Beetle, who is Latino, of course. And it looked just like, I had a feeling just looking at it that Jeff Johns was involved somehow, because it looks very much like the comic book. I mean, they nailed the comic book look of the character, but I don't know who wants to see this. Who wants to see either of these movies? I don't get it. I really don't understand why those movies would be in production. Again, David Zaslav's whole thing seems to be, we got to get Superman right. And this character, for example, was them trying to run away from Superman and not even bother to try to get Superman right. Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams, the Michael B. Jordan Black Superman, Val Zod, another example of us running away, Warner Brothers running away from actually producing good Superman movies. Let's get back to let's focus on getting that right. If you can't get Superman right, why are you messing around with Blue Beetle and Black Canary? Anyway, James Gunn reassured fans, Peacemaker Season 2 is safe. So that's stuff that's already in production, or stuff that's already out, apparently. Some of it is still doing all right. They canceled the Flash TV show. It's on its last season. While Supergirl wouldn't have been the first live-action film to spotlight the character, the Flash spin-off was significant for including DC's first Latina iteration of the superhero. That's not a reason. That's not an excuse to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on something that doesn't really look that great. Does that look great to you? The character doesn't look good. The costume doesn't look good. It's not Supergirl. It's DC's first Latina iteration of the superhero. David Zaslav has to stop this. Can we just focus on our characters and getting our characters correct, please, without worrying about different racially motivated versions of these characters? That would be great. I'd appreciate it. Callie addressed the significance of her portrayal, noting that the representation in the film industry is important and shouldn't be overlooked. Yeah, I guess when it directly benefits you, it's very important. There was a moment when we were shooting when Andy was like, hey, come over here and watch this scene on the playback monitor. And I go over and I see her, and she's in her full glory. And suddenly I got really emotional because I'm looking at that and I'm like, wow, I wish I would have had this when I was little. I wish I would have had images of me as Superman as a little child too. I think it really would have helped me. It meant a lot to me. I turned into child Sasha watching this person. So it's really important to you, to nobody else, not to Warner Brothers, and certainly not to David Zaslav. Warner Brothers has yet to offer an official statement regarding the future of Supergirl. The film does not yet have a release date. Well, I say the future of Supergirl is this. Just put this version of Supergirl on the screen. If we need more Latina superheroes, let's create them, or let's find superheroes that are Latino. Let's stop swapping, changing, altering our classic IPs. I'm speaking for Warner Brothers here. I'm advising Warner Brothers. And let's move forward. Let's move forward trying to get what we have. The stuff that everybody loves, the stuff that everybody knows, the stuff that everybody relates to, has seen, has grown up with. Let's get that stuff correct. And when it comes to diversity, inclusion, and equity and representation, that's great. Let's get some smart people. Let's get some creative people. Pay them very well to create new stuff rather than altering and thus ruining and breaking the old stuff. And thank goodness I think we have David Zaslav who agrees. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below, and I will be back later with another. We just keep winning. It's great. Just victory after victory. We'll see you again in a little bit with another video. Take care. Hello, Indiegogo backers. Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet Second Chance campaign is live on Indiegogo right now, just in time to join the fight for independent comics. We need your support. Back it today. Links in the description below.
The All Caps Comics eBay store is live for all of your non-soy comic book needs. Whether it's Cyberfrog, Starblades, or Rainbow the Brute, ask for it in all caps. Check out the link in the description below. Hey, come follow me on Twitter, @EthanVanSkyver.